All right, we're going to do another You Decide no evidence run, and this time we're going to do it on Point Hope. So here's what we're going to do with Point Hope. I have no evidence thing. The breaker is already going to be on, so I'm going to just bring some items to the front door, and I'll edit this out so we don't have it. Because one strategy that you can actually do on just about any map is let the ghost room kind of cool down so you can find a little bit more easy. We are using all tier 1 items for this. So we got the tier 1 thermo, so we do want to just, make sure it gets the temp and, go from there. I'm going to turn this on. We should know if it turns off the breaker anyways, but I'm going to go put these items in. We're going to let the ghost room cool down so we can find it faster with the thermometer, and that's going to help you save some sanity and then some time to grab some things later. So I'll see you back here in a second. All right, so we are officially in here. So let's start looking around and seeing what we got. Now there's going to be a few different changes to this. One, at the end of the video, a lot of people requested that I go over exactly when I eliminated ghosts. So at the end of this challenge, we will go over, and when I talk about ghosts getting eliminated, we'll talk about why. Now, I also recommend that you'll have something you can eliminate ghosts yourself with, such as the Phasmo unofficial cheat sheet. It's great at keeping up with ghosts behaviors also, but it's also, you can also mark off ghost on there if you don't want to mark it off yourself, or if you don't have the game open or anything like that. It is a nice way. So I'm going to use that sort of off screen to sort of find a way to see, just so I can eliminate ghosts myself without having to do it all in my head to keep better track of things. So what we're going to focus on now is finding where the ghost room is. So it should be, temp should be lowered enough that we should see a clear drop down whenever we get it to a certain degree. Do we have a mirror here? No. Okay. So far, it doesn't look like it's going to be anywhere downstairs, which is perfectly fine. Just going to make it a little bit more annoying for later, and if you've played Point Hope a lot, you know sanity is very hard to preserve here. Okay, we're seeing the drop. Is it just a random drop, or is it this is the ghost room type drop? Is anything disturbed in here? Looks like it wants to. Tier 1 thermo definitely got a pretty big nerf. It's not the worst in the world. We do have a Ouija board if we wanted to use it to have it tell us where it is. But it looks like just looks like a normal temp drop. So let's just go check some other things here. Just looks like a normal fluctuation. We do have the bone. Do we want to take a picture of it? I don't think we just... yeah, we might want to, because we don't have tier 2 salt, so it's only quite a bit. So far, temps and everything seem normal. It did go down quite a bit for a second. I don't think it really matters what is in here. Give it a nice old donut. I don't see anything. Are you really going to be all the way up here? Yeah. So we see our breath right away. Well, that's kind of annoying. Yeah. Alright, well, let's go set that down, and we'll head back on down and start gathering our stuff. Alright, is this still the ghost room? Looks like it is. So we can set you down here, and you right there should be pretty good. Alright. Let's check for that. I don't want to waste any trips for unnecessary stuff. Alright, we're checking for one ghost in particular. With this, obviously, I'm sure everyone knows the one ghost. That can give you a piece of evidence on no evidence. Do not see that. Alright, ghost did step in salt. That is an important thing to note. Y'all probably already know that, though. Nothing super crazy about that. It did throw something while we were in the ghost room. One ghost should not be able to do that. Finally, long taunting task. We are back up top. Alright, is this still the ghost room? The fact that a step right there is kind of curious. Kind of curious, kind of interesting. Oh my god, just light it for me, thank you. Okay. We do need to take a picture of the bone. What were our objectives, by the way? Not hugely important, I'm just kind of curious. Motion sensor, incense, crucifix, okay. Now I'm going to keep the lights on to try to preserve some sanity here. I did learn that there's only one ghost that can actually interact with and throw items with the lights on. Might have been why, like, some of these it's a little bit more difficult. So, okay. That test is pretty good. We're going to give it a chance to see what we can listen for a second. I'm going to start ruling out some ghosts on my side that I know that it is not. Just so I can better keep up with things as well. We've got about 4 ghosts we can eliminate. Hopefully you have those same 4 ghosts. I'm not hearing anything on the paramic. I do think the ghost is still in here. What we can also do now as well is create a pile of items. I don't know what that was. There's a lot more items on this map, which is kind of interesting. I do like that. Like, they have a lot more items that the ghost can interact with. It kind of makes it a pain to take pictures, because unless you, like, saw what the ghost threw, like, it's kind of difficult to really know. Alright, the ghost just interacted with that. Has not turned off the breaker yet. Interesting to note. Is that giving us good pictures, or do we have to, like, close it? No, we're good. Okay, cool. Because I do want to create the pile of items, obviously, for one particular ghost, which is one of the coolest abilities, if you do get to see it. I actually got to see it earlier, and it made me so happy. So happy. We leave one out, or can we not grab it? Yeah, there we go. There's a lot of, grabbable items here. A stabby. Wood. Wow, it's so many items you can grab. Alright, what do we want to do now? Maybe we go back down and let's get a motion sensor, maybe get another smudge. Just kind of keep track of the ghost movements and go from there. I'm gonna skip ahead. You don't have to watch me walk all the way back down and back up. It's too boring. Alright, we are kind of at the point now where we do kind of want to get hunted. I don't know if that's going to cover necessarily the ghost, like, going upstairs, but a lot of what we've done now, which, let's see, so I brought back 2 motion sensors and an extra smudge. I think I'll do that again. And we can also kind of farm candle picks to fill up our book. I do still need to get the one with the, Are you roaming downstairs, or are you changing ghost rooms, or are you just standing there? I don't know where our hiding spot is. I think what I may do... Where was the bone at? In the bathroom? bathroom does have a decent looping spot. Behind there. So that's pretty good to know. I know. Let's see. So we do have a hiding spot right here. So that's pretty good. We should be able to hopefully hear the ghost when it paths down. Getting the ghost to you in the hunt is just very hard on this map in general. Okay. They just throw that. Our pile is still intact. Our pile is still intact. He's going to think it's not going to be a certain ghost. Not going to be a certain ghost. So now we're just curious about when it's going to hunt us. I think that's just going to be the next major tell, I think you'd say. Okay, so got that. All right, we got a full book of photos. Full book of photos. Some ghosts are gonna be really, really hard to test for, especially this location right here. So let's hope we get a nice cooperative ghost for us. Did blow out the candle there. I think it touched the locker. Has not turned off the breaker. Okay. That's good. That's good. We know that... probably mark a couple more. That ghost, there's a certain ghost that cannot do that. And I think here, I think I'm safe to rule out another one. I think there's maybe a couple more that I'm not really thinking it's going to be. Okay, so we did finally get a whisper. We did get a whisper. No, is it rocking something, or is that just a noise? I'm not really too sure. I'm not familiar with all the noises on this map. Still trying to get my badge to for getting 50 ghosts right on Point Hope. Still working on that. Anybody have that badge in particular? I'm sure everybody has the secret badge. Jesus. Okay. I think it sounds normal speed. I think it sounds normal speed. Right? Okay, I'm gonna go downstairs. I'm gonna see what our sanity is at. Probably shouldn't have told you it was normal speed, but I'm actually don't know. Actually don't know. I'll have to listen to it again, because sometimes these footsteps can throw me off. I'd let you form your own opinion. Okay, so we are around 40. Alright, can we please get back to the door in time? Yeah, I think we're gonna be pretty good right here. Okay, and I'm just gonna stay here. I'm just gonna stay here. Now, the ghost should not, like, path down here completely at all with how high up it is, but we're gonna know when it hunts. So let's keep an eye on this smudge timer, and I'm gonna go ahead and start marking off some ghosts that I know that it cannot be at this point, because there are a few. There are a few. So the ghost actually burned the crucifix right here. I just wasn't paying attention because I was looking at my notes off screen. So we could actually stop the smudge timer here. I'll come back here in a second sounding confused, but that's why. Alright, I was not paying attention, but with the light being off like that, it means it used a crucifix up there. When I look at the VOD, but yeah, we can go ahead and rule out one of the ghosts. Like right now it's hunting. We know because we can't manipulate this switch. So we should be safe right here. We just wanted to stand by here, because you can't move light switches in between hunts or while the hunt's going on. they're stuck in the position if they're on or off. So we keep trying to interact with it, and we can't. So we know that a hunt's going on. So we don't want to go up. I don't think the ghost is going to be able to come all the way down here. So I'm not really too worried about it. But you really want to be checking that here on Point Hope. You really, really do. Because otherwise the ghost could catch you out. So we probably have at least 25 seconds to work our way back up there. We're still somewhat safe. It's hunting now. Okay. Okay. I did already rule out a ghost, and we can rule it out here. So we can see, okay. The light went off there, so we know that it's not in here. I think what we're going to do is draw its attention to us in here and see how that goes for us. What it's looking like from the ghost that we sort of have left, it's going to be very hard to figure out. So let's see if we can put our heads together and work with it. All right. Fantastic. It turned on a light. That is very good. Very good. That means that we can rule out what it is. Do I want to wait anymore? I think we're just going to go ahead and make our way down. I think we have figured out the ghost. I think we have figured out this ghost. Do you know what this ghost is? Right, it was the Obake. Do you know why? It was part of the reason why I wanted to keep that ghost in that room for so long, because the Obake can shapeshift in the middle of a hunt. Very hard to see on this map. Very good use of 2 smudge sticks there. And if we had a third one, that would have been good too. To just, you got to keep seeing the Obake to be able to see that. I'm going to go into something that was requested a lot by a lot of people, and how we ruled out ghosts from here. Mimic ruled out right away, because after we found the ghost room, we tried to search for orbs, did not see it. Next, we could rule out a Wraith because it stepped in the salt. Easy to rule out. If it goes through something while we're in the same room with it, should not be able to do that, so we could rule out a Shade. It never really touched the pile, so I was willing to rule out a Polty sort of after that. The ghost obviously blew out those 3 candles, did not start a hunt, so we know that we could rule out Onryo there. Then came the hunt. It sounded normal speed to me, but it wasn't like super obvious. So the ghost I knew I could rule out right away would have been Revenant, Thaye, and Deogen. Thaye, I still think would have probably hunted us earlier, because we were never near the ghost for a little bit, and by the time we were, our sanity may have been kind of up there. Did we age it? Did we not? We would have probably found out a little bit later, but I was still willing to rule it out there. Raiju, I was willing to rule out kind of at first, because we did have electronics up there, and it still sounded like the same speed, but I put that motion sensor outside of the kids' room. So after that next hunt, I knew we could rule out an Oni because we had the airball ghost event. We could rule out a Spirit because the first time after we smudged, it burned the crucifix prior to 3 minutes. We could rule out a Jinn because each time we saw it, it didn't speed up when coming towards us. We also could rule out a Phantom because it was more visible in the hunt. When we did bring the ghost to us, I think we could have ruled out a Yokai there. but it did kind of glitch through the door, so I don't know if it was planning on coming in here or if us activating the radio caused it to come towards us. Thankfully, though, we didn't have to because we did get that shapeshift there. Let me know how you did in the comments. If you want to see the previous no evidence, you decide challenge, click or tap the screen now. It's a really good one. Really test your skills there. Thank you so much to the channel members for the extra support. Thank you everybody for watching. Happy hunting, and let's play You Decide No Evidence again.